I want to answer my colleague from Georgia, Mr. Johnson's question that he asked before. Is it ever okay to invite a foreign government to become involved in an election involving a political opponent? The answer is yes. It better be. We do it all the time. Have you that quickly forgotten how the Trump-Russia investigation proceeded? The Obama administration asked Great Britain and Italy and Australia and other countries to assist in its investigation of a person who was a political opponent from the opposite party. I keep hearing over and over again, you can't investigate political opponents. We have a member of this committee who was, as a member of this committee and the Intelligence Committee, investigating his political opponent, Donald Trump, at the very moment he was running to replace him as president. My colleague on the Intel Committee, Mr. Castro, was investigating President Trump at the very same moment his brother was running to replace President Trump. President Trump is the only one with the really legitimate reason to be doing it. He is the chief executive. Chief executive. We are in the Judiciary Committee, right? We do understand the Constitution. We do understand that the president, as the unitary executive, is the executive branch. And all power in the executive branch derives from the president. And the president can and should ask for assistance from foreign governments in ongoing criminal investigations. There was an ongoing criminal investigation into what happened in 2016. The Attorney General Barr, at the time of the July 25th call, had long before that appointed U.S. Attorney John Durham to investigate exactly that issue. It wasn't just appropriate, it was absolutely the president's constitutional duty. And Hunter Biden, the president has, as the chief executive, the ability to ask about matters where there is a prima facie case of corruption. What do we have with respect to Hunter Biden? Tons of money for a position where he has no Ukrainian experience, where he has no experience with Ukraine or with energy, and at the very same time that the Ukrainians were deciding that Hunter Biden was the perfect person to get that sweetheart deal, the Chinese were deciding that Hunter Biden was the perfect person to get a sweetheart deal to manage $1.5 billion in financial assets. And when the Ukrainian government wanted to investigate corruption, like we all keep talking about they need to, well, they start investigating Burisma, and what happens? Joe Biden says, you better fire that prosecutor investigating corruption into Burisma, or you're not going to get $1 billion. And 6 hours later, that's what happened. That's called influence peddling. That is a crime. And there is a prima facie case of that. And it's absolutely appropriate for a president to ask about that.